Wow, really?
I'm just kidding.
Hit him with that Mountain Dew.
Bro, I'm going to hit him with something else, man.
I'm just kidding.
So Florida, all right, go to their
Bro, I was
family
already-
cabin.
Right, Travis, you missed it. Malcolm was over there rolling his eyes at me. Welcome to the Big Hammock Podcast, the only podcast where we promote our movie and avoid the seriousness of ourselves. We also chat with indie filmmakers who somehow make movies with zero sleep and tiny budgets. We make fun of Travis too. So kick back, relax, and swing with us in the Big Hammock Podcast. You can purchase our movie, thebighammock.com. That's the reason why we started this podcast, and we are having some fun with it.
About the Big Hammock Podcast time.
Muted on the board, not muted on the phone.
Yeah,
correct?
it's not. I'm not
Okay.
doing that.
Yeah, can you hear it? Don't forget our sponsors.
Yeah, Stallion carpet cleaning.
Yeah.
Good carpet cleaning service.
Yeah.
All right, it's the Big Hammock Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Shear, along with the co-host, Travis Cameraman Cecil, soundboard operator and editor, Malcolm the Best here in the studio. We are coming to you via YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeart. If this is your first time joining us, hit that subscribe button, like, share, whatever it may be. And again, to those of you that have already been watching us for some time and you haven't hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting on? We're on the road to 1 million views on YouTube, Travis, and
yeah,
we
we're
are
getting
there very close.
Oh, yeah.
We started this podcast last year promoting our Bigfoot movie, 100% filmed here in Ocala. Can you believe that was 9 months ago, guys?
I know, man. Time's done
Been
flew.
a while.
9 months ago. We're coming up on a year of this podcast.
That's
and
crazy.
we've had a lot of fun times.
Oh,
thus
yeah,
far.
we have.
It's turned into the number one growing independent film podcast. Fastest
Number one.
growing. Yes, fastest growing. I got to get that right.
Yeah.
So what? We're the only one in Ocala. We're still the fastest
Yeah.
growing.
I
Still
I
fast.
definitely think we're definitely the podcast in Ocala. There's
Oh,
no
yeah,
doubt
there's a
about
Think
buzz
so?
going around.
We're
I-
calling it?
We're the podcast.
We're gonna
in
call it,
Ocala.
okay.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I
call it.
I don't know anyone else that can compete with us. I'm just saying.
Humble are we?
Yeah. Look, there's a time when you call your shot.
Yeah.
And this is me calling our shot. We
You
are
just
the
laid it out
podcast in
there.
Ocala.
The Great Bambino.
Just saying.
Well,
The-
I tried to.
It sounded good.
Okay,
And
good.
then the crowd goes wild. Home run. Bum, 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 bum.
Michael
TheBigHammock.com is where you can find it. What a home run.
I'm telling you, man, Michael Winslow is going to be proud of me one day.
The Big Hammock.
That's one word, TheBigHammock.com. That's where you can purchase our Bigfoot movie. And not to forget, tonight's interview is another BayView Entertainment interview.
It is.
BayView.
Old Travis coming through on the
Bro.
BayView.
Come
When
on.
I seen this trailer, brother, I was at the edge of my seat, son.
BayView has been in the industry for over 20 years, acquiring, developing, producing, marketing, and distributing independent films. Shout out to BayView. They are steadily sending us
Wrong button.
guests to come on the show and tell their stories. And before we get to the night's guest, I want to give a shout out to the most recent followers on Facebook. Cameraman, you better have that ready for us. He
We know what
doesn't.
happened when he demanded this week. Oh, wow. He's still on it. I love this. All right. So hold
He's
on.
not ready, Malcolm.
Oh, no. I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh, I've been
No,
locked
I
and
didn't
loading.
say haters of the week. I
I
said
know,
new
I'm-
followers this
No,
week.
no. We're good. We're
Okay.
good.
All right. Good. Deal.
While I'm pulling that up, because
See,
my
he
phone
didn't
is.
have it ready.
No, my phone's going
you
slow.
should have this ready when we're
Okay.
ready to go.
All right, so I didn't think we were going to do this now, but we're going to just go ahead and throw it all out there. So does anybody know what engagement farming is?
No.
Yeah. I know Zach don't. We're going to throw that out there now. So,
I cannot believe he just tried me like that.
Oh,
of
on
course I know what engagement farming
what's
is.
engagement farming,
I'm
Zach?
going to tell you right now.
All right, well, while you're Googling it, so audience. So before I give a shout out to everybody that's, new followers. So earlier this week, I made a post, right? And I don't know, man. I was checking on the analytics and the post just disappeared. And I don't know what happened because I was so proud of this.
Engagement farming is a manipulative social
And then
media
the interrupter
tactic
goes
used
on.
to
And he can't even read
purposely
on this.
artificially inflate metrics, likes, comments, and shares rather than generating genuine interaction.
Okay.
I think this episode's going south, boys.
Oh, yeah, man, it's going quick. But I'll get to the point. So we created something here on the podcast.
I can't believe we're letting.
Oh, no, it'll be
Vilan-
all right.
We're gonna keep Vilan on
I
hold for
guarantee
this.
he's rolling.
But it's
So,
okay. Go ahead, because
we-
I'm fixing to shut you down
Oh,
right now.
no. Listen here. We created a medical miracle, and you pulled my post down, and he had his panties in the bunch. So, because that happened, Zachary, I got to say I'm sorry, bud,
Thanks, bro.
from the bottom of my heart,
Thanks.
because I was just trying to get people to know that we, rescued a guy off of Wacky Tobacco,
Yeah.
the devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And I was hoping that people would jump on there and, share,
So
comment,
now you're making a PG show. Now you're making a PG show.
Let's
Acknowledge.
argue.
You're making a PG show.
Yeah.
Acknowledge
Yeah.
hippie lettuce.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to do it because I'm going to prove it to the fact that we do it every single
No.
week in every single episode. Because
There are other comments out there
Oh, yeah. There
that
are.
we do not acknowledge.
That's true. That's
Okay.
true.
So
But
so hold on.
we
The
saved
guy,
somebody's life,
the
Zach.
guy talking about his
Listen,
hippie lettuce
I'm gonna have to take control here.
is on the
Okay.
same
Getting
level.
way out of hand. All right.
It's not going to work.
All
Travis,
right.
you lose.
So,
And
no,
that's not
no.
engagement farming.
No, I win. I win because
no.
you are my
It's a
brother.
different type of farming.
You are my brother, and I love you. And I just want you, all the fans, to know how much I love this man here. And I felt so bad because when he was on the phone, he yelled at me harder than corporate does during the week. Take that post down. Sounded like a flat tire.
So he was the grumpy old man.
Yeah, he was the grumpy old man.
Okay.
So, Zach,
Okay.
because I love you so much, bro.
He got you something.
Oh, my.
So,
Get it.
Zach,
Get.
I know Valentine's Day was the other day. So, Zach, out of the bottom of my heart, I present you this Hershey Ducky, this long stem red rose, and these chocolates to say, I am sorry, Zach.
Thanks,
I
bro.
love you that much. And I didn't want to ruin a good thing going, bro. So
Ah, that is so funny.
I'm glad you took the post down because I had all kinds of funny bits that I was writing around that, but I thought that this would actually hit the audience.
Is this chocolate?
Yeah, it's chocolate,
Let
bro.
me hey, throw me one of them
So,
chocolates.
because the episode is going to be behind a little bit, you can bring that to your wife.
I want to eat it right on the spot here.
Throw me one.
So, I mean,
that
I did
is
work the
funny.
bit a little bit, but we do got to get to the guest.
Oh,
You know, I
my
do
goodness.
apologize for it lagging out a little bit there, man.
That
but
was worth it.
Yeah.
Make sure you give me one with
no,
caramel, not that coconut.
seriously, to all, when we was on the phone, man, I thought I hurt your feelings and all that kind of stuff. Deep down inside, I know we got a great thing going here. We got a heck of a show going on, and I just want the outside audience to know, just because of what you see edited here, don't mean we don't carry real life into the show and stuff like that. So, from the bottom of my heart, Zach, apologize for that post.
I forgive you, Travis.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Malcolm, though, to make sure, the censor police don't get me next time.
All I'm saying is Malcolm agreed with me.
I told him that.
Okay.
Yeah, he agreed.
I told him. I said, hey, if you think if you think it's wrong, take it down.
Take it down. That's all right.
But I just
No, I mean, I understand.
hey, we got a box of chocolates out of it, so
I
I,
know,
think it's
bro.
a good call.
I'm telling you right now, it was done after that conversation, but
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought it back up.
I just wanted to have some
I
fun
got
with
some
you,
chocolate
Zach.
out of it. Oh,
Yeah.
Malcolm's dropping it.
Oh, man, don't do that. Roaches will get in.
Dang, bro. All right, yeah.
There you
These
go.
are going to be gone before the show. All right. No, are we going to acknowledge some Facebook followers? I
Yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
need to get on our horse here because we got our man waiting on us.
All right. Let me pull that back up. I got it right here.
He's probably thinking, what did I sign up for?
Yeah,
I know.
he's like, man, these idiots. No, so Dana Ship, George Ball,
Dana Ship. She went to high school with us.
I think
Is she?
so.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
It sounds familiar.
Luke Hardman. I apologize, brother. Matthew Barn. This guy's got a bad profile picture. Oh no, he don't. He's just showing off his tattoo. John M. F. Coltman. Ted Reeves, and then my boy at work, Levi Scalf. I don't know. I can wreck a name, bro. But yeah, that's all our new followers and everybody that's been engaging.
Thank you for following us on Facebook. Again, subscribe everywhere you can. We are on the road to 1 million views on YouTube. Glad y'all could join us for the trip. So now we have tonight's guest. His movie, Mamochka.
Mamochka.
Mamachka. That's right. It is Mamachka.
There you go.
Can be found on Amazon Prime, Fandango, and Apple TV. And I'm sure Vilan will let us know if there's anywhere else here. But his 5-year-old son did an awesome job in this film he directed. All the way from Westchester, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Vilan Trub. Welcome to the show, Vilan.
Thank you for having me.
He hung up.
All right, he's still there. Good sign.
Yeah, I was worried, Vilan. Travis went down a dang dirt road with some windy side coming through. We don't usually take that long, but thank you for waiting on us.
No, of course. Thank you for having me.
So, Vilan, you have a great story for us. Please tell us how your first interest in filmmaking came to be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's hard to think about it now with where the industry is, but, growing up, everyone watched movies. It was culturally very important, Certain movies, it just became zeitgeist. And there were the big movies you'd see on the big screen that you would wait for. But there was also stuff you would just watch on TV. I remember here in New York, I grew up, I'm from Queens, New York, WPIX, Channel 11. They always had movies, but it wasn't like the big famous movies, It was like they would show The Wraith with Charlie Sheen, where he died as a Dodge Interceptor, So I just always loved movies, and I always wanted to be involved in something creative. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be a cartoonist, but at some point I realized I couldn't draw, so I wanted to do with people instead. And the specific movie that I saw really shifted me from loving watching movies to thinking I can make them, and that was Mean Streets, the early Scorsese movie.
Oh, Mean Streets. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
No. It's because, I didn't grow up in the 70s. When I grew up, a lot of the movies were already out. So you knew Goodfellas, you knew Casino and all that stuff. But that was a Hollywood filmmaker. These were big budget movies with big stars. And then I saw Mean Streets, so sort of the reverse filmography. And I saw a movie that really didn't have a big budget. And at the time, whoever was in it wasn't a star. And it was filmed, a lot of it, the exteriors were all filmed in New York. And it felt like a true indie movie, not quite first level, but it felt like someone just out there with a skeleton crew, filming in the streets that they know and telling an interesting story that they know. And to think that, he went from that to being this Hollywood filmmaker with all these big budget movies, it felt viable. It felt like there was a path to be able to have that as a career.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, man. I definitely I can piggyback off of that, brother, because the first time I seen the Mariachi, man, directed by Robert Rodriguez, like it gave me that same feeling too, man, because it was like later on after that, Tarantino saw what he did, they partnered together, and then you get Desperado, man, you get the continuation of that show, you get what was the vampire movie?
Dusk Till Dawn
and stuff like that. So, and it's taken
Van Helsing.
Yeah, no, not Van Helsing. You're way off. We're talking about smaller movies. But I get where he's coming from, seeing stuff like that, because I mean that inspired me too as a child, man. It's just seeing what can be created with the least amount of everything, man. So I'm right with you there, brother.
I have a question for you, Vilan. You directed this movie, and you're one of the first on the show, not the only one, but strictly stuck to directing the film. Have you ever done any on-camera work, or has it mainly all been behind the camera?
I mean, I haven't done any in front of the camera. Well, nothing that's really made it to the public.
Mm-hmm.
I acted with friends, indie movies, some odd stuff back in the day. I have no problem being in front of the camera, but when it comes to my movies, I just don't have an interest being in front of the camera. It's being a writer, I want to write the words with the tools that I have, the camera, the pad. I sort of want to let the movie entertain me, and that's the way I approach it when I'm filming it. Whatever's happening in front of the camera, I want it to entertain me. That's how I determine whether something is working or if it isn't working. Does it feel like a movie? Is it entertaining me like a movie? Does it look and sound like a movie? And if I'm in front of the camera, I don't get to be the audience of what's being filmed anymore. And
if there's anybody that can relate to you, it's definitely our co-host Malcolm, because he directed our movie, The Big Hammock, and he's talked constantly on the show how he prefers not to be on the camera in his own films. He'll act all day and twice on Sunday when it comes to other people's movies, but when it's his own movie, he does not want to be in front of the camera. He wants to be behind it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to be able to act in your own work, and when you look at all the great filmmakers who also acted in their own movies. You gotta give them the props because it's insane. The amount of you need to have with everyone around you, and it doesn't even matter if you're making with the budget or without it. It's still just very difficult to both be in it in the moment and then have to trust that whatever happened in the moment just works.
And then you have to forgive me because I definitely watched your movie, but I cannot remember for the life of me. Did you write the movie or did somebody else write? Okay, you did write the movie.
Nice.
So how did you come up with the script? Where did the idea come from?
Well, I was looking for a project to do, and for me, the most fun is always the research part. When you figure out, okay, this is going to be the subject, this is going to be the movie, what sort of rabbit hole do I get to jump into? What excuse do I have to watch a certain genre of movies or read certain books to learn more about it? And I broke down into two ideas. I was either going to do a horror or a comedy because I wanted something very genre-based. And ultimately, I went with horror because there's the least barrier to entry to sort of reach the audience. I feel it's one of those genres where you don't necessarily need a star. I mean, you went through the distribution process. The first question is who's in it, and with a horror, it's the only genre I feel where you don't get asked who's in it. The question you get asked is sort of what's the subgenre? Is it a slasher movie? Is it a zombie movie? In my case, it's a doll movie, a haunted doll movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of what started guiding me there. In terms of why I picked the doll, I find them incredibly creepy. Child's Play, I always found creepy, but I made a movie. It wasn't actually going to be about, a doll that comes to life and does all that stuff. I didn't want something cheesy like that, even though I've loved those movies. I wanted it a little more psychological. And the whole Nazi sort of aspect of it. We just live in a time. I mean, there's always a time when people get obsessed about stuff. And I just feel right now, just scrolling through social, all I see is like swastikas and SS and Nazi. And it's not from white supremacists. It's people accusing someone of being a Nazi. And I feel like there's this obsession with it right now where it's almost like a fetish. And it doesn't matter whether you are an actual Nazi or, in your mind, you feel like you're a Nazi hunter. When you're constantly surrounded by that imagery and sort of that language, it's still unhealthy. It's very unhealthy. And to me, it starts to go back to sort of the Red Scare of the 50s when people got obsessed and the Salem witch hunt. I feel there's just something in human nature to become obsessed. We're very tribal. And right now happens to be that. And again, the movies, whenever I reach out to people, I would say it's not a political movie.
Yeah.
I don't care what the politics are. The main message is, I think it's healthy to maybe just chill out a little bit, And the way I wanted to tell that story was about a dude who got a little too obsessed about his doll.
So I again, I picked up on that, you talking about your cast, and I wanted to talk specifically. Number one, I mentioned it in your intro. Your 5-year-old son played in the movie. I got a lot of questions about that because we don't have when I think of the independent films and the directors that we've interviewed, there hasn't been a lot of children that age playing in these movies.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was your son. So, what was it? Can you explain what that was like? That process. I mean, I'd imagine when you're directing that, it's very, very detailed. Like, did you have to take a lot of breaks with him? How long did it take for him to memorize? I guess he didn't have many lines, but how long did it have to take for him to memorize his lines? Can you talk us through that process at all?
Yeah, sure. And he was actually 7, I believe, at the time when he filmed.
I thought the newsletter said 5. Maybe the character was 5. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I know I'm wrong. Obviously, it's Dad we're talking to.
Yeah. Way to correct him, Zach.
His younger brother was supposed to be in it, who was 5.
Gotcha.
And then he's just a little too young for it.
Mm-hmm.
So older son stepped in, and I'll be honest, he was the easiest to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And a big part of my household, so he watches a lot of movies, and not just watching kids' movies, And here's the thing with a lot of these adults, especially because this movie had a lot of comedians who were acting in it.
I noticed that too.
The pure actors, the process that they have, whatever someone needs to do, it works for them. Fantastic. I'm of the school. We're doing children's games. We're playing pretend. So let's have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
And my 7 years old really understood it. He didn't have a lot of lines, so it was easy for him to memorize. In terms of the delivery, he would come to me with the greatest questions an actor can ask,
nice.
Which was sort of like, he didn't know the language. He didn't know what's my motivation, but he'd be like, am I scared? What do I want to do here? Something like that.
Wow.
And I would just give him something simple and he would immediately pick up, because I think all he was doing was just referencing maybe something he saw in a movie and mimicking that. And ultimately, if that's not just a great, approach to acting, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
What a proud dad moment.
Yeah, bro. I got to tip my hats to that, man. Because, I mean, the only kind of difference that I've had on the set, I've never got to work with a child yet. But, I mean, we got to work with a cat, me and Malcolm, when we did one of my short films. And, man, we got so lucky. It only took 2 takes. I had to have this cat go between the protagonist, the one of the female victims' protagonists through their legs at a certain time to run out the door and then take a left. And, bro, within 2 takes, it got it. And I was like, all right, cool. Because I've always heard horror stories about having animals or kids on set. But, man, that's awesome to know that your son come in there like a pro, brother.
You mentioned the set, being on set and him being comfortable. Was the as far as the filming location, was that maybe a house that he grew up in or a house that he was familiar with?
It's my house.
Okay, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it made him very comfortable, I can see.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I don't know how others film. It's one thing when you have a budget for the company moves, this and that, but even then, one thing you learn when you produce your own work is, time is money, money is time. And every time you have to move equipment, every time you have to move anything, anytime you have to go somewhere, you're losing a lot of time in transportation, in setup, in breakdown. So the ability to film where I live, everything's already set up before everyone gets here.
Mm-hmm.
Saves you so much time. And then, when people come to your actual house, it feels different for them because they've been in the movie, they see it in the movie. So it's an odd experience for them.
Nah, for sure. I mean, we can definitely relate because our movie cost us $0. I mean, we literally, Malcolm made it a point to make sure he didn't spend a dime. He did invest. Have a friend of ours, executive producer, invested in a camera for us, but all that money went right back to him after the premiere. So I mean, he literally did this movie with no money. So definitely relatable. But obviously that was something that was a very cool turnout for especially your son being able to capture all that in his own house. Very cool. And then you mentioned the cast members. I noticed you had some stand-up comedians. You also had some people that were in theater. I really wanted to ask you, how did you end up finding all your cast?
Well, the comedian, the character who's the sort of con artist in the movie. I'm forgetting the character's name from my own movie. Dr. Finkelstein, the doll doctor. I met him. We did a podcast together a long time ago, and we sort of just became friends. And then I moved out to Westchester, where he lived during the pandemic. And coming out of the pandemic, I wanted to make another movie because there was this delay, but I felt rusty and I wanted to sort of shake off the cobwebs. So we just did a short film just as sort of a dry run to test on all my new equipment, do all that. So I worked with him again. That's when we reconnected. And he brought in another comedian just because he happens to know, who ended up playing Mark, the lead in this movie. And then having done that project with them and their professionalism, I just really enjoyed spending time with them on set. They became co-producers and they really fleshed out a lot of the cast with comedians. And I'll say comedians, it's sort of, the last true pure art form. Their stage time really conditions them to perform. We don't have a theater culture the way we used to. So I feel if you're looking for that, the comedy stage is really a great place to look.
I love comedians, and we haven't had the pleasure of having one on the show yet, but I sure want one on the show in the future.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Your camera work. What did you shoot with?
You gonna guess?
Oh, hold on.
No.
I'm sorry, Vilan. We have the cameraman that is the co-host.
Yeah, I figured,
and
I'd get
he
to at least
absolutely has to guess what you shot with.
Well, just from everything I've seen, and I'm probably way off on this, but I'm just gonna go with the gut feeling. Was it the red Komodo?
No. No,
You suck, Travis.
No, I mean it was pretty close. Was it? It got me.
When I was off, I was doing hip hop music videos, and I did a feature film for 50 Cent, and it was the early days of the red. And we shot on the red, and I was supervising post, living with the editors in the hotel in Patterson, New Jersey. And the workflow, I just hated it so much that I've been allergic to the red ever since.
Oh,
and
wow.
I work with Blackmagic. It's a Blackmagic Ursa Mini 4.6.
Wow. Okay, so that got me.
And I'm sorry, Vilan. We can't just walk past filming 50 Cent's music videos. Which one did you shoot?
It was a series of online videos that he did, but from that I ended up working. He made a movie called Before I Self-Destruct, where he plays basketball player who gets injured and becomes a hitman after his mom dies to support the family.
What's it called?
Before I Self-Destruct.
Yeah,
And
Before I
I
Self-Destruct. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one. I know there was. I know there was Get Rich or Die Trying, and there was also the one where he was with Bruce Willis.
Get Rich or Die Trying. That was directed by Jim Sheridan. I actually think that movie got a very unfortunate bad reputation, and it's not that bad of a movie. I enjoyed it.
I really like that movie. Honestly, I didn't even know it got a bad reputation. I thought it was actually good.
It was directed by the dude who did, My Left Foot with Lewis. So there's definitely some prestige there behind the camera. No, this was like a movie he made. He got a production deal, and it was sort of him starting to go into that world, and obviously it worked out well because now he's like a production mogul with this series.
Man!
And
Look at what he's doing with Power and that whole entire universe. I mean, it's had me hooked for a little over 10 years now.
Selfishly,
Yeah.
selfishly, I got to ask you, Vilan, have you done any more work that we would be familiar with?
I mean, what happened was after the 50 Cent movie, working with that team, they brought a project to me to write a script for a Jamaican drug lord. They offered me $5,000, and this is like the late 2000s. And that sounds like, oh, this sounds exciting and awesome, you know, to be, and I was young and ego and all that. And there was something about it, you know, to get that opportunity, anyone would take it. I'd probably take it now, but there was something about it back then where I said, Jamaican drug lord, maybe I'll pass. Ended up passing, and it was a whole disaster. That drug lord has since been killed. And then what ended up happening was I walked away from that whole circle. And really, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to make it going through that path where you sort of work projects and then someone's going to give you a chance to direct and blah, blah, blah. I really quickly realized that wasn't going to happen. And that's when I became 100% independent, where if I want to make a movie, I'm going to make a movie. And now I'm on the third movie. Yeah, that was sort of the lesson I learned from them. And so it was fun. It was fun working, you know, and all that. But I don't just want to work in the industry. I want to make my movies, and that's why I'm here now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I can definitely tip my hat to that. I mean, me and Malcolm's collabed with a couple. Well, I mean, we can't go up there with like 50 Cent and stuff like that, man. So bravo. But no, I know exactly what you mean, man, because we worked on other people's projects and other things, but we always had the desire, whether me and him didn't work together or not, like we always wanted to create our own projects and we wanted to go that way, but still 100% keep it in the indie world. I mean, I've had a couple shots where I almost got to the studio level, and then once you booked that meeting, and I sat down and realized after the meeting that they was instantly going to buy my project and then fire me and then get rid of me, and they would probably just shelved everything. So no, I definitely respect that, going your own way, being able to tell your own story, and just having creative control over what you're trying to put out to the world, man. So no, hats off to you, man. Bravo.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the story, and thinking back on that period of my life, it was definitely wild, definitely fun. But you know, I'm doing this because I want to make movies, and to do that, you know. And thank you. You know, I love conversations like this with like fellow film geeks, because a question like, you know, what did you film it on?
Yeah.
You know, it's fascinating, because then I get to jump into, because that was also like a whole rabbit hole. How am I going to film this? What do I want it to be? Because the camera was a Blackmagic, but I actually made my own anamorphic rig to film it in it.
How did you do it?
Well, what I learned was through a lot of research. If you get an old anamorphic projector lens, you know, you used to film with anamorphic lenses, and then when they project the film, they would need an anamorphic lens to stretch it out again. So if you take those old anamorphic lenses, the projector lenses, and put it in front of a prime lens, you can create an anamorphic lens, which is how the original anamorphic lenses were created in like the 50s when we talk about CinemaScope. So I did that. I created my own sort of set with this anamorphic front lens and some prime lenses behind it.
Nice. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Well, see, right there, just knowing that knowledge, see, that's what threw me off, because I was looking at everything, looking at how the way the colors were matching. So bravo. Did you do your own color correction on this film too?
Yeah, and I got to give a shout out to Film Convert. This is the second movie.
I love Film Convert.
They are incredible.
Yes.
It's just a great tool to you know, cause when I look at movies, and people talk about it, like there's this bland sort of desaturated look. Everything is so dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I miss, throw on an old movie when something's colorful.
Yeah.
You know, if you're filming in color, use that color. And one of the references I had for this movie was Eyes Wide Shut. That movie is just so colorful. The night scenes are so blue. When there's golden lights, there's gold. And when there's red, there's red. It's sort of like the colors drive a lot of the emotions. And, you know, if you're a color movie, use the color. You know, it shouldn't just be default because we've moved away from black and white. If you're using color, let the color, you know, let it just be another tool that you arsenal.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, man. Yeah, definitely. Hats off to that, man. I'm big on film convert. I was gonna do that with this project, but we kind of ran out of time. Because I had a layout with it. But once I ended up, I went and got some LUTs, and then I worked with that, and then I had to once I found the perfect LUT that I wanted to use, then I had to recreate it. Just because there was, you know, some shots were overblown and different things like that. So I had to come back and kind of like redesign some of the scenes. So when it come down to like premiering it in a few days, because like we worked till the very end, right before we was about to premiere, and then that was my last step. I was gonna do one more pass, and I was gonna use the film convert on this one, man. But I mean, I love it. It's such a great tool. It matches, especially if you got the right codecs from your camera, and you can dial everything in, and you can give just that enough of graininess, or if you want that 16 millimeter look or that 35 millimeter look, like it really knocks the digital off. And I think that's what got me when I was watching everything. And I was just like, man, I think, but that's what fooled me. So knowing that backstory, man, I would have never took a guess tonight if I'd have known all that. So yeah, thank you for sharing some of that, brother.
Let me ask you, as fellow filmmakers, because we love this process. We romanticize about this process. Until you've been through this process, you don't know. How much do you hate doing the color matching? How much do you hate?
A lot.
This guy to the left of me, man, I wish you could see his face right now. There is a diner scene, and as soon as I seen what he shot, it was so overblown, and then they was able to control some stuff in the inside and things like that. But it took me 6 hours to
just give them an idea of the shot you're talking about. It's so most of the shots take place away from the window.
Yeah.
But there's one shot where the table's up against this window, and we're in Florida, and it's bright as all get out. And we didn't have the lights strong enough to compensate for it being blown out in the back. So so you have an idea.
Just of that, plus he was working with a guerrilla crew.
Skeleton group.
Yeah. So it was just, they could do, just exactly what they had. They had a certain amount of time to get the shots done and get it out. So I had to go through, and he had about 4 or 5 different angles cut into this. And I had to make it consistent across. And there was a good 6-hour block before I could get out of, maybe we're talking about a minute scene, if a minute and a half at the most. It wasn't very long, but it was enough that I got it worked where I could fix the blowout, make everybody look proper, and then really make this location shine. Because, if I walk into this location during the daytime, it does not look the same as it does at the end of the colored project on ours. So, yeah, bro, matching shots. Whoa.
And see, here's the thing, too. I don't know how familiar with the Atomos Ninja you are, but I was using that as my recorder monitor. Well, so the dynamic range is a lot higher on that, and I was shooting in ProRes, so the highlight roll off was a lot more subtle. So like what I'm seeing, I don't even realize that it's blown out in camera, and lo and behold, I didn't know how to use the Atomos Ninja, so the footage that was recorded on that wasn't even usable. So I had to use what was inside the camera, and it was way more like blown out on the internal recording than the Atomos. So that's kind of where, beginners mess up there.
Yeah, but it's still, the outcome of it still looked good at the very end of it. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
How do you normally match? What do you use to match the color, to do color matching from shot to shot?
A thought and a prayer.
I'm with you, brother. That's what I was telling him. I was like, I don't know if this scene's gonna make it, bro. He's like, it's your problem now, fix it. I was like, oh, great.
I'm just glad y'all are there to take care of all these things.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the day, the audience doesn't see any of that.
Yeah, they don't know.
You just something to the audience, and between color and sound, which is just the worst. Sound mixing, and that's the one place where we worked with someone who has some pedigree. He did a movie that premiered at South by Southwest, and then my movie was one he did after. And I happen to know him because he did the sound for my first movie. And it, I'll listen to something and it's like going to the optometrist, is this better? Is this one better? Is this one better? And I'm like, I honestly can't tell the difference at this point. Like it all just sounds the same to me. So a lot of it is just going with your gut. And then sometimes you just have to hit gas and move on, put it in the rear, just move on.
Well, Vilan, I do want to compliment you on all of that, right? I mean, your camera shots were great. Your lighting was great. Your sound was great. You really did a great job with Mamochka. Mamachka. You did a great job with that. Was I right on where it can be found? Apple, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and Fandango?
I'm not sure if it's on Apple TV. It is on Amazon Prime and Fandango.
Okay.
I know working with BayView, they have an exclusive window for like rentals and purchases, which I like. It brings it back to like the old days where, a movie would be in a movie theater. And then if you wanted to watch it, you had to rent it. And then if you wanted to watch, if you didn't want to rent it, you wanted to buy it, you had to wait a little more. And between a movie coming out and when you can watch it at home, was sort of like a few years before it'd be like on HBO or something like that. So I like that they do that. They put it out, you give the audience a chance. If you want to watch it, rent it, give it a like. But yeah, right now when we find out who's the audience and how are they gonna sort of mesh with this movie?
Yeah, let me ask you another quick question. Since it is out streaming everywhere, there's a select few from this show that I really like to collect and put up on my wall. Do you got physical copies of this that we can purchase?
The movie?
Yeah.
I believe BayView's going to put out a physical release of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think it's again, they have the rental window with Amazon.
Yeah.
So I don't know when they're doing that, but I mean, I have a library of movies at home myself. And I think it's a big comeback because at some point people are going to want to watch movies without commercials. And B, they're going to watch the movie that they remember watching without all the edits and changes to it.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Because I mean, I stream, I do all that stuff too, man. But my library at the house, I know a lot of people build up their rooms for library with books and everything. But when you walk into my living room, man, I got 2 bookshelves that wrap around, and they're nothing but physical media that I've probably rebought over and over again. I'm talking from the Betamax days, the VHS. I still got some laser discs that from Terminator and different things like that. And I've upgraded through the years, and I've rebought over and over again because I'm a fan of art and movies. Even if they say it's a book, I tend not to read the greatest. I visually want to see it and want to watch it for what it is, and that I think that's what makes me that I can watch almost anything. I grew up on independent, black and white, silent. And I'm just such a fan that's my library. A lot of people collect a lot of things, and I'm a big collector when it comes to physical media. So yeah, if they put that out, man, keep my contact, and I definitely love to purchase it and put it on my shelf.
Absolutely, but think about it this way: a lot of movies get re-released, like Chinatown, whatever physical media, whatever the newest physical media is, they're going to re-release China.
Oh yeah,
they're going to re-release. But there's movies that sort of fade with time that are just never going to get re-released.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
As an example, there's a Rip Torn movie from the early 70s where he plays this Waylon Jennings outlaw country singer character called Payday, which is fantastic, and the last time it came out was like on DVD 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's never going to be released. So if you don't have that copy,
yeah, it's gone forever.
Yeah, it's the last time you're going to have that movie, and at some point it's going to disappear from streaming also.
Oh yeah.
So because there's so many great movies that just because for one reason or another the popularity isn't carrying on into future generations, they're not going to get re-released and they get lost with time. And it's just like so many movies were lost during the silent era. There's going to be a period where some fantastic movies from the 70s are just going to be lost, or someone's going to have a copy in a collection like yours, and what you're holding on to is sort of,
oh yeah, it's treasure.
Oh
yeah, no, I definitely feel you on that one, man. I mean, I still couldn't believe the day when one of my favorite movies as a kid, and I still watch it every Halloween, is The Monster Squad. And I originally bought that from my video store of a used copy, and even the used copy was $18.99. I still got the VHS. I was blown away when it came out on DVD, and then it became lost media forever, and it just finally found a 4K like upgrade to the film, and now I own that physical as well. And it was just like there was a point in time where I never thought that I'd get to see how it was originally supposed to be presented, and now I got all of it together. So no, I definitely agree. There is a lot of lost media out there.
Yeah, and I mean, we're the arbiters of art, and I think the industry is in a bad place right now because the people making the movies, the journalists covering the movies, it feels like they don't have this pure joy pleasure of watching and talking about movies. That's why, like, all the festivals, you don't really hear about the movies being played there. All the controversy is about what journalist asked what actor refused to say what or did say what. And the conversation isn't about the movies anymore.
Yeah.
And it feels like, we're the ones who just want to talk about movies where everything is still centered around the movie. We were talking about social and recent posts. I recently posted about how the industry wasn't built by, UCLA film students. The new Hollywood era sort of created this perception that to make movies, you have to be this scholar, who studied film and all that. The reality is the industry was built by hustlers.
Oh, yeah.
It was built by hustlers from New York who couldn't get into any other industry because immigrants weren't allowed into certain industries. They saw an opportunity to make money with this, and they moved to the West Coast for the weather, the open space, the opportunity. It was their Wild West. And as hustlers, they built this industry. And I think right now, that's the sort of entrepreneurial spirit that this industry needs right now, where it needs to go back to a hustler mentality of what can we create that's going to make us money.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I agree with you, man. And that's what I love about independence. I mean, they'll go out and do the hustle and bustle, and then put blood, sweat, and tears in it. And whether you got a big budget or a little budget, or you got a guerrilla film budget, I mean, they're gonna constantly put out that art, man. And it's gonna take all of us together to really make that push and get that community stronger. And yeah.
Vilan, do you have any future projects you're working on?
I mean, it's hard. I don't think people realize this movie, it only cost about like $10,000 to $15,000, and the majority of the money went to just feeding people.
Man, that must be
transportation
nice. Must be nice.
Yeah, our director, he didn't feed nobody.
Hey.
He said,
Real
yeah.
real quick, because we're running out of time. We cannot let you get off the hook. This is we've turned it into a tradition on the show whenever we interview directors, just so the audience can get to know you and your likes. We're going to do a round of speed answers. So we'll just shout out the first thing that comes to mind, and we'll go from there, right? So what is your favorite thriller movie?
Thriller. I don't know. It's hard with favorites. Let's go with 7.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Very
nice.
good.
That's a good one.
Favorite comedy?
Favorite comedy. Dr. Strangelove.
Okay.
Never heard of it. You?
Yeah, it's out of their era.
Travis over here, like, these dummies over here don't know what you're talking about. Favorite action?
Favorite action. Bloodsport.
Oh,
Nice.
Van Damme, let's go.
All-time favorite movie?
It's always so hard. It's week by week. I'll say the movie that set me on course for where I am is Mean Streets.
Let's go.
All right. Favorite director?
Oh, gee. I got it. It's between Stanley Kubrick and Francis Ford Coppola.
Hey, you can claim them both, bro. Great directors.
Favorite actor or actress?
Oh man, it depends what era. You know, going back from the earliest, I'd say James Cagney, Jack Nicholson. You know, I love Mickey Rourke, 80s Mickey Rourke.
Yes.
Very good. Very good answer. You're off the hook. That's all I got for you.
I will say, because you asked for comedy, and you know, the one streamer I love, Tubi, they have a great collection there. Check out The Mad Adventures of Rabbi Jacob. It's a 70s comedy movie from France starring a guy named Louis de Funès, who's hilarious. He's like this Peter Sellers, Eddie Murphy type comedic actor, and it's a hilarious movie.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to go check that out tonight.
Got to drop something that I don't think anyone listening has probably seen. So it's a fun comedy. Enjoy it.
Very cool. Well, Vilan, we just want to thank you so much for your time for coming on the show. You know, before we say our goodbyes, I do want to give you just one last tagline to your movie. If there's anything that you would want our viewers to know before they watch it, what could you tell them?
Just watch the movie. Don't have any expectations. Enjoy it. It's supposed to be fun. I personally find it hilarious. It's a dude freaking out, you know, going crazy, running around with a porcelain doll. So, you know, watch movies and smile.
Nice.
Vilan, thanks again so much for your time. Hopefully we can do this again. I know that this is definitely not your last movie, so we will talk to you again soon, I am sure.
From your lips to God's ears, thank you so much.
There you go,
Thank
brother.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Old Travis getting in on that one, boy.
Bro.
You got a passion for these movies, bro.
I do.
Some of these movies are just for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just a host.
Yeah.
You are the man when it comes to the movies. I ain't even being a smart aleck.
You know, I love film in general, man. Whether it's a $2 cheap knockoff movie or the biggest blockbuster, man. I look for diamonds in the rough, man. I love them all.
It's rare that you don't know the camera, and it's rare that you don't know the movie whenever they list off these favorites.
Well, now I know how he did the lenses. I could see how he could be wrong.
Yeah.
Because making your own anamorphic lens, that's something pretty unique. I mean,
definitely. Cool. And I think Film Riot went over that one time. That's when as soon as he said projector lens, it drew me back to that episode. And I was like, yes, he pieced them together. He rebuilt what he did. But that threw off the Blackmagic camera for me. So,
all right, Travis, get him ready. Because it's time for Haters of the Week.
Oh, boy.
I messed that one up.
Let's do it again. Haters of the Week.
Well, all right. So I'm going to keep this as friendly as I can. This is from Spiderweb.
I haven't heard any of these, by the way. This is my first time hearing these.
It's the only one, but this guy was so upset he did two. So his name is Spiderweb 5539. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to him now because he's only got one subscriber. So I'm going to be number 2.
Spiderweb, the hater.
And he attacked my boy Noah again.
What?
Yeah.
These people are stupid.
Yeah, they don't.
Haters gonna hate, bro.
Yeah,
haters gonna hate.
Yeah. So the first comment was, "This dude can't sing. Like he doesn't have a good voice, and all of his songs are
PG.
All of his songs are the alphabet. I don't know how to say that word.
Yeah, it'll get censored anyway.
Yeah.
Just
bleep. So I responded back to him. I was just like, how can a song be alphabet letters? Like I didn't know. So he was so mad again, and he was like, this guy is so alphabet letters, not in a. Oh, you can bleep it. It's hard to do this. I'm talking full blown FGT alphabet letters. Like, yeah.
What a hater.
Yeah, dude.
That dude's got a voice, and he is on his way to the next level. I mean, there's people that are hating on his singing. I don't understand.
But at least people are watching, bro. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
bravo for him. I'm subscriber number 2,
thank
Mr.
you
Spiderweb.
to the haters of the week. And now we're up for Travis's treasures.
Travis's treasures. In a world.
Wow. You had to pick that photo, but that's all right. That's all right.
That was my favorite
So-
one of you.
So this one was actually found by my boss. Usually I don't talk about my work and stuff like that. And he was like, if anybody's going to know about this film, it's going to be Travis, right? So I was like, hit me with it. So it's called, now it's messed up. It's called Skinwalker Island. Don't let it throw you off by the name of the movie. It was filmed here in Citrus County, just the next county over.
That's not
And-
here.
Well,
It's next county over.
next county over. Okay, it's an hour and a half down the road.
Take your
if
ducky
that.
back from him.
Yeah, give me my duck back, Hershey boy. No, man, it was filmed in 2000.
Hershey boy.
Yeah,
That's your new nickname going on the intro.
Hershey boy.
Yeah, Hershey boy.
I am not happy about that intro, Travis.
well,
All right, let him finish his treasures.
yeah, bro.
I'm the interrupter.
Yeah,
apparently. If I want to
Yeah.
do that, I can.
That's
All
why
right?
that's
That's it.
He's making it known tonight.
Whatever.
But, it's a 2025 Southern Gothic horror film about siblings who return to their family's remote Florida island. Wow, really?
I'm just kidding.
Hit him with that Mountain Dew.
Bro, I'm going to hit him with something else, man.
I'm just kidding.
So Florida, all right, go to their
Bro, I was
family
already-
cabin.
Bro,
I was-
Travis, you missed it. Malcolm was over there rolling his eyes at me, so I had to give him something. Bro.
Well, I mean,
Bro, why you always gotta call me out because you get busted? Trav gonna pull the Glock out.
No, stop, Trav. Please start over.
no, bro. I was gonna reach out to
Please.
this guy and get him on the show since it was filmed locally, and
Well,
y'all
then
done all over it.
We'll rewind it. We'll rewind it.
We ain't gonna rewind nothing. Malcolm likes to put it in when we embarrass ourselves.
Please tell
John
us.
Carlo, I'm sorry.
Please tell us about the movie, please.
I
You have
tried.
to start over. I didn't hear it.
All right, I only got 1 minute left of recording,
Yeah.
so you better hurry up.
So no, Skinwalker Island, man. I watched the trailer. I was really, really impressed. I really want to find out what the budget is. I want to reach out to the director. His name is John Carlo. The movie can be found on Prime, Apple TV, and Google Play. Man, it looks amazing. I think this might have been one of the films that we talked about on the history of film. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and reference that. Maybe one of the listeners can correct me on that.
What year did it come out?
It says 2025 Southern Gothic horror film. So if that was one of the ones when we was making the jokes and you're like, hey, have you heard of this one? I was like, well, that's good for that movie. I didn't even, because it just didn't come across the radar. And then I watched the trailer and I watched everything and I was like, this is amazing. And my boss knows the people where all the locations was. It's in this, man, I wish I knew the forest and everything that it was filmed in, but it was all on-set locations right there in Citrus County. So that's amazing. That was I'm gonna just call it local. It's the next
local.
county with us,
It's
man.
local.
Within 45 minutes down the road
Mhm.
from where we do this. So, I mean, I thought that was awesome to talk about something that, was filmed and created here. And I'm telling you, after you see the trailer, that's why I want to know the budget, because I know with independent films like this, they're very micro budgeted. It did not look or feel like a micro budget film. So it's definitely going to be a film that I actually purchased tonight because like I said, it's on Apple and Google and Prime. and I think it's on.
Anyway,
anyways, I'm still gonna purchase the film. Sorry about that.
It's all good, bro.
Yeah, y'all done threw me off, man. I was all in it.
Isn't that the show?
Y'all want to cut the jokes?
Isn't
and
that
make me,
the show, bro?
yeah,
Don't we do that?
I guess so, man. But I didn't know we was gonna poo poo on Travis's treasures.
It had nothing to do with him.
Yeah,
Had everything to do with you.
wow.
We love you, Trav.
We do.
I'm gonna fill that box up with
Hey,
something
Hey,
other
bro,
than
seriously.
chocolates.
tell me you don't like your intro thing I
I
made.
do
you.
like the
Seriously.
intro, bro.
Yeah,
I do.
Okay.
I do.
You
like
just don't
that.
like the
Seriously.
photo I used, but that was my favorite photo of you.
Thank you for the duck.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
Hey,
chocolate.
man, it was out of the kindness of my
the
heart, man.
rose. I forgive you.
Yeah. I'm still gonna post stuff, so you can monitor away. I'm not gonna post that.
I'll be your monitor, all right. It's not the only thing we've had to monitor you on this week.
Well, that's true.
What else did we have to
We'll
monitor?
talk about that later.
Yeah. Next week, listeners, we got Drew from Drew's Barbecue coming on the show. Ready to tell a story. Y'all saw us out live a couple weeks ago. Really looking forward to having him on. Like, share, subscribe, whatever platform you're on. TheBigHammock.com. That's where you find our movie. Thank y'all. See you next time.
Good job, Trav.
Yeah, thanks for messing up my segment.
Bro, they didn't mess up your segment. We made it better.
No.